Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about the nor'easter side of the same storm that produced the severe weather threat yesterday and into today. We have a lot of differing opinions on how much snow the Northeast is going to get from this storm. So we're going to be looking at the comparing models loop that Pivotal Weather has and analyzing what is going to happen with this storm, as well as I made a graphic for this storm as well. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell, and let's get right on into it. We are starting on the NAM 3km model today, and we're just going to go through this and see what the NAM 3km model says. This is one of the models that is a little bit of a differing opinion from some of the others, and we'll look at the European model next. So we have this storm, it moves into the Northeast. Here's when we start to see a changeover. Watch right up here in upstate New York. You start to see that snow start to filter in to the picture here. And once we get into here, this snow switches over from the rain, and it's very heavy snow. And we start to see this move into the Northeast, specifically southern New England, where it could possibly get very heavy in some spots. Now, I have this entire area here as a kind of wild card scenario, because if we look at the European model has everything a little bit differently, has everything moving in, and then you can see that there's more snow in southern New England, as well as even further south afterwards. So we have differing opinions. Now, speaking of differing opinions, here is the Canadian model. The Canadian model is showing snow in areas such as Pennsylvania, New York, most of New Jersey, upstate Connecticut and Rhode Island, northern Massachusetts, southern Vermont and New Hampshire, and even a little bit of Maine. Then you go to the GFS, and everything kind of shifts further south with that threat. Now, the entire state of Connecticut and Rhode Island are involved. Then you also have some snow in West Virginia, Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware as well. Then you go to the GFS V16, and we kind of go back to the first threat, but a little bit more enhanced, maybe more 6-inch amounts, and areas from the Erie, Pennsylvania area all the way out to the Boston area, seeing a consistent 3 to 4 inches of snow. Then we have the NAM 12km model, which really doesn't have much in the Northeast, especially in southern New England, barely an inch in some spots, but it has a severe winter threat, a late season snowstorm for Virginia that could dump 10 inches of snow. Then we go to the NAM 3km model, and we have a very eastern New England snowstorm with the Boston area, and especially south of the Boston area, seeing 4 to 6 inches plus. But we go into like western Massachusetts and western Connecticut and New York, there's barely any snow. Then we have the shorter range RDPS model, which barely has any snow, most of the snow occurring in parts of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. So we have many different opinions, but I made a graphic specifically just analyzing all these different models and kind of putting them in an average scenario. But this is a very general graphic, and I'll explain it when we get there. So here is my graphic for the storm. There's a few simple things here, and I'm going to go through all of them. First, we have two low pressures that are going to set up. One that's starting right now in Missouri that will die off in Pennsylvania, while a new low pressure forms in Virginia, moves up towards southern New England, kind of dips down to the south, and continues to move out to the east. Now, in this blue area, that is the overall the highest percent chance of snow. Some of these areas might not see snow, but you do have the highest percentage. Then, in this purple area, you have the wild card, and these areas could see situationally high amounts. So, you can see that Boston and most of Massachusetts is in both these areas. Boston could see a little bit of snow, but if a certain situation occurs, they could see a lot of snow. And that is definitely the case with the 3km model. So, overall, we have a very really not consistent idea of what this storm is going to do, and this storm is going to start to hit during the day today, and switch over to snow is going to happen tonight. So the fact that we do not have a consistent readout for most of the models is very troubling. So definitely prepare. This is especially in the wildcard area, this is the heavy wet snow. So definitely be prepared to have downed trees, localized power outages, and overall just a massive spring snow event that usually knocks out power, down trees, all that stuff with the heavy wet snow. If you're in this blue area, some of these areas could see that fluffy snow, but most areas will also be seeing the wet snow, just because, you know, it's March, we have the fluctuation in temperature. Most of the snow will be falling above freezing, but it's just not warm enough at ground level to melt the snow. So we do have a complex system here, but that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.